It's warming up again, and it means a lot of the over 360 hummingbird species are on the move. Would you like to look out your window and spot one? How about have that hummer even hang around the whole summer? This is Jamie from Gardening It Grows on You, and today I'm going to share some super simple tips that focus on two main ways you can get hummingbirds to come and stay in your yard. In the first part, I'm going to share the basics of attracting hummingbirds through hummingbird feeders. And in the second part, I'm going to talk about hummingbird flower basics. At the end, I will share my personal suggestions on how to keep hummingbirds coming year after year. First off, I want to say most any hummingbird feeder will do. They come in all shapes and sizes, and any of them will work. I'm a big fan of the ones that have little resting perches when they are drinking, but this is not essential, just something I really like. It might also help you get a few more close glances or photos of the birds. My recommendation on feeders, though, is to start on the smaller side, and you can always add another feeder or increase to a bigger size down the road. Next thing, let's talk about hummingbird food. You can easily make the mix yourself, or for convenience, you can buy it. But please, please do not add red food dye. The birds will find your feeder without it, and there's no benefit, and even many suggest downsides to having red dye. By having the right ratio mix, you can ensure the birds will be attracted to the feeders and want to continue getting their meals from them. Good food equals more hummers. Hummingbird food is just water and sugar. 1 part sugar and 4 parts water. When I make it, I put a fourth of a cup of sugar in a measuring cup, and then I fill it up to about 3/4 of a cup with water. I heat it up for a minute or two, stir until all of the sugar is melted, and then keep adding ice and stirring until I get 1 1/4 of a cup. By letting the sugar dissolve and then adding the ice, it is then already cool enough to add to my feeder. The next tip is to make sure you change your feeder every few days to a week. If it's really hot out, check it closer to the few day mark. Hopefully your feeder is getting drained by the birds drinking, but if not, discard the liquid and make new. Every time you add new feeder mix, make sure to clean your feeder with at least hot water. But if you can, add some vinegar in there to make sure it's really clean. An old toothbrush or bottle brush might be helpful for those hard to get feeder spouts. Having clean and fresh food makes sure the hummingbirds keep circulating around your yard. And my last feeder tip is to be mindful of where you place the feeder. An ideal spot is easily accessible that is out of direct sun and a spot that is close to a perching area. Lots of time, hummingbirds like to fly to a feeder and then go back to a branch or a resting spot. I have mine on a tree limb that's at arm's reach from the ground. This provides shade and is accessible for me and keeps most of the predators at bay. A hummingbird may visit over 1,000 flowers in a day. With that being said, having flowers and flowers specifically that hummingbirds like is going to attract them to your yard. This leads me into talking about some of the tips related to attracting hummingbirds through flowers. Make sure you pick a shape of flower hummingbirds prefer. They tend to like bell or trumpet shaped flowers. They like to stick their beak into them. Some examples include lantana, petunia, native honeysuckle, coral bells, phlox, bee balm, zinnias, and salvia. Also, they are attracted to bright colors So be sure your selections have loud shades of color to catch the hummingbird's eye, which sees colors differently than we do. A thing to keep in mind if you want more birds: plant flowers in different parts of your yard. Hummingbirds are territorial, so give them different spots to set up their territory. This is true for multiple feeders as well. Prioritize native plants when planting. These help get hummingbirds specifically, but also help them with related to the bigger ecosystem in general. The last flower tip I would like to share is after you feel comfortable with hummingbird plants, try to have some blooming in each part of the season. This provides a huge attraction to your yard for the whole season or seasons they are with you. Now that I've shared the basic tips to get hummingbirds to your yard, I want to add a few more personal suggestions. First off, if you decide to put up a feeder, think of it like a seasonal commitment to the hummingbirds. My recommendation: be serious about it. Put it up early so you can attract hummingbirds as they start passing through. Change the food and clean it like you were supposed to, and keep it until the hummingbirds migrate out of the area. The hummingbirds will adapt, but making it harder on them, for example, by taking down your feeder in mid July when they already have a routine, is going to make it difficult on them. If you are willing to make a commitment to put up a feeder, think of adding a bird bath or water source as well. This will be another feather in your cap when it comes to getting hummingbirds to your yard. My other big personal suggestion is to gravitate more towards planting more flowers than putting up more feeders. I like to put up a feeder and have flowers both, but flowers will always be better in the long run. And if you can only do one, plant the flowers. The flowers provide a natural food source. If you own your own home, plant perennials that will come up year after year. If you rent, think about sowing seeds in a spot in your yard that can provide flowers for the summer. A seed mix is cheap and is no loss to you when you move, and can be a great source for the hummingbirds. Hummingbirds can be super fun to watch, and I hope you got some ideas on how to get them coming to your yard. If you plan on putting up a feeder or planting a hummingbird love flower, please share in the comments what kind. I would be interested to know the details. I hope you start spotting hummingbirds whizzing by, and thanks for watching. Now get growing.